Welcome to Days at Dogwood Canyon, a nature podcast brought to you by Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center in Cedar Hill, Texas. This is a podcast that will take you into our 200-acre wildlife preserve in the heart of the DFW Metroplex. Take a quick weekly break with us and get outside with the fresh air, the trees, and of course, the birds. My name is Kiersten, and I'm Center Coordinator Community Programs here at Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center. Welcome, listeners, to our Days at Dogwood Canyon podcast. This is a podcast about nature, birds, plants, and us. We'll talk about how we all rely on each other to live our best lives. Now, I haven't highlighted a tree in a few episodes of Native Plants of Dogwood Canyon, so this week we're talking about Eve's necklace. Stiphnalobium athene, I think that's how you say the last word, is the scientific name of Eve's necklace, also known as Eve's necklace pod, Texas Sophora, pink Sophora, and necklace tree. This tree is part of the pea family and is a lovely tree with a lovely name. This tree can grow from 15 to 30 feet, but is often on the shorter side of that range. It is a spineless tree with light green, graceful leaflets. The leaves are divided into 6 to 8 pairs of leaflets with a terminal leaf on an axis up to 9 inches long. Leaflets are elliptic or oval in shape, averaging about an inch in length with a rounded, indented, or pointed tip. Margins of the leaflets are smooth with a rounded or tapered base. This sounds very scientific, I will admit that, but what it means is that these leaves of this tree are long and graceful. They are a pleasure to look at, especially with the light breeze fluttering them gently. Eve's necklace is native to Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. It is still only found naturally in these 4 states. In Texas, they grow wild in north central and central portions of the state. When left to their own devices, they can be found along roadsides, in prairies, plains, meadows, pastures, savannas, and open woodlands. Eve's necklace blooms in March, April, and May. The fragrant flower is small and intricate with white and rosy pink coloration. The flowers are about half an inch long and arranged on axes that can be 6 inches long. Yes, this is where it gets the name Eve's necklace. The flowers and then the fruits hang in a line that looks like a classic pearl necklace. Once the blooms fade, the fruits emerge as dark-colored round pods that are constricted between each seed. Can you plant this lovely tree in your yard? Absolutely. Since it's a tree, it is a perennial, but it is not an evergreen. It will lose its leaves in the winter, meaning it has gone through an entire year of growth. It needs little water and prefers dry soils. It does best in well-drained soils, but it can tolerate sandy soils, sandy loam, medium loam, clay loam, clay, and limestone-based soils. If planted from a seed, it's possible that it can grow to 6 feet in 3 years. That's a pretty fast-growing tree. They thrive best in part shade and are most attractive when given space from other trees. It can become kind of spindly if it has to compete with other larger trees for resources. Do keep in mind, though, that the flowers and seeds are poisonous. Wildlife will not eat them, but if you have outdoor pets, you want to make sure to keep them away from the flowers and fruits of this tree. It makes a beautiful addition to any yard and is beneficial to our native wildlife. The flowers attract and support nectar-eating insects such as native bees and butterflies. The graceful branches provide nesting sites for small songbirds and light shade for the ground below. If you're interested in adding this tree to your landscape, we often carry it at both of our native plant sales. We hold plant sales twice a year, April and October, and the best time to plant trees is in the fall. I will put a link for more information on our plant sales in the show notes. And if you'd like a little bit more information about fall planting, you can go back in the feed and find our first Fall is for Planting episode and hear what Jake Calvett, our soil scientist and tree ID guide volunteer, has to say about planting shrubby plants in the fall. Where can you find Eve's necklace here at Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center? Well, we have a small specimen close to the building near the pollinator garden at the start of our hiking trails. This is a great example to look at because you can get very close to it as it's right next to the trail. Now, other Eve's necklaces grow throughout the preserve, and it's always a nice surprise when you find one during a hike. If you can't find any of these examples, come on into the building, let us know, and we'll show you that one right next to the pollinator garden. Now you know what comes next, listeners. I hope to see all of you out at Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center soon, looking for Eve's necklace.